and it hurts when I love.
This is Eric Benet, and I want you to keep it locked right here on Community ITV.
Filming for Community ITV. I'm here with the wonderful legend Eric Benet. I'm good, thank you.
Good seeing you.
Yes, you too. So you're in London for the Jazz Cafe shows.
Yeah, we're going to have some fun at the Jazz Cafe, and it's always a pleasure coming back to London. Love it.
Do you travel over here for business or pleasure?
You know, it's been a while since I've been here, but so far it's been like every few years I come out here. And it's usually for music and performance.
Oh, cool. Because a lot of people know you from before. It's like 1996 when you brought out the song Follow Me and a few other songs. They still play those now in the clubs.
I'm grateful.
What have you been doing? I know you did a bit of acting.
Since those songs, I mean, I've been putting out albums and making music back in the States. Setbacks of being on a major label is sometimes they don't promote you overseas like you'd like for them to.
Yeah.
And, you know, so I haven't been able to like promote internationally like I'd like to. But one of the great things about having your own label, I have this release is on my own label, Jordan House. You know, I can call the shots, and as long as I can write the check to make something happen, then something can happen. So I'm doing some promo over here for the new album, The One.
Yes, I've heard some songs from the new album. I think it was released out in America last year.
Yeah, did really well. So I thought it was about time that we release it over here.
So what inspired you to write that album?
Well, I mean, you know, when you're a songwriter, you're just writing songs all the time anyway.
Life experiences.
Right. All of that. Observing other people's experiences, my own life experiences. But I mean, this album is, I think it's the best that I've ever done. It's me singing better than I've ever sang, and you know, just me at the top of my game. And I think when you hear this record, that's pretty clear.
Yeah. What genre of music would you class yourself in?
I would just kind of generally call what R&B soul.
Who artists inspired you musically?
I grew up like listening to so many different genres and being influenced by so many different types of artists, like from Steely Dan to Gino Vanelli to obviously the full spectrum of R&B, you know, when I was a kid, like Earth, Wind & Fire, Luther Vandross, and Donny Hathaway, Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, the usual suspects, but also, you know, listen to like a lot of classical music, I listen to a lot of gospel music, I listen to a lot of jazz fusion. And I think when you listen to well, for me, when I'm writing, I think I pull from all of that stuff to make my own little unique blend of R&B.
So your name's Eric Benet. Your surname, where does that come from? Is that French or?
Benet is actually my middle name.
Oh.
Yeah, so my full name is Eric Benet Jordan.
Okay, Jordan House.
Jordan House, right.
Cool.
Yeah.
Where does your family originate from?
My mom and dad were born in Mobile, Alabama. Do you know where Mobile, Alabama
I know about Alabama.
You know about Alabama? It's way down there in the south. It's about as south as you can get. And it's very southern in every aspect of the word. But my mom and dad were little grade school sweethearts, and they ended up getting married and moving from Alabama to north Milwaukee. And so as a kid, you know, my sisters and my brother and I, we would spend our summers in Alabama and soak up that southern living, which is very different from living up north. But yeah.
Do your brothers and sisters still sing? Because I know you guys first came out with your self-titled album, The Benets.
Yeah.
So what happened there?
No one else really sings professionally, but whenever we're together, we sing automatically. You know, we just grew up singing and making music, so that literally, if we're at the table having dinner, we'll just break out into like 4-part harmony and
that's lovely.
You know, so I mean, it's like the music is just in us.
Yeah. So is there any artist that you'd like to work with?
Anybody who like really works on their craft. I mean, somebody just came to mind when you said that, but there's a new UK artist. Maybe you've heard of her, maybe you haven't.
Yeah.
She's a brilliant artist. Actually, the young lady who's opening for me at the Jazz Cafe, her name is Sana Relay.
Oh yeah, yeah, I've heard of her.
Yeah, she's been a joy. We've actually done some things in the studio, and she's a joy to work with. So, but I'm open. I'm open to anybody who loves music as much as I do.
Who are you
Listening to that Leon LaHavas girl. Let's see. Like usually, I'm just listening to the classics most of the time.
Yeah.
There might be like a couple artists that I'll peek my head out and just see what's happening. But for the most part, like when I want to like listen to music to just my heart, my soul to feel it, I'm gonna just go back to my old classics. Donnie, Marvin, Rufus, Shaka Khan, you know, all that old stuff. That's what
I was listening to some of your older stuff, and it's quite before its time really. A lot of people are doing stuff, music like that now. So the influences from what you just mentioned, they are very apparent in the music.
I've heard that before, and I don't know, it's just stuff that I just used to love so deeply. Some people are just a generation later, they're starting to really discover it.
Yes, yes. You know? I was going to say your daughter, she's a young lady now. You've done some singing with her, India. What's the plans for the future? Is she going to be following in her father's footsteps?
I'm encouraging her to finish college.
Yeah.
She has one more year, but then, you know, we'll see what happens. I mean, she's so incredibly talented. You know, the song that we did on the CD, The One, is called Music.
Okay.
And it's we wrote that song together, and we're basically singing about our relationship with each other. And she sounds amazing on it. She sounds incredible on anything she sings.
So there is possibly a future in singing for her somewhere.
I think so. I think so.
So what are your plans for the future?
Well, you know, I'm going to continue to work with the Jordan House artists.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to probably be spending a lot of July when I go back home in the studio with the Jordan House artists and executive producing or producing those records.
Yeah.
I'm going to do another Eric Benet album near the end of the year. And
the artists that you have signed to Jordan, and they're from different genres of music. What have we got to look forward to?
We're pretty much keeping it R&B right now.
Yeah.
You know, maybe somewhere down the road we may diversify into some other things, but I just want to do what I've had success in.
We'll be seeing more of you in London.
I certainly hope so. You know, I love coming here, and every time I come, it seems like a time in between me coming.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I hope it becomes more of a regular thing.
Is it your first time at Jazz Cafe, or?
No, I've been to Jazz Cafe quite a few times.
For anybody that's trying to break into the music industry, what advice would you give to them?
I would say to just always be working on your craft. Competition is steeper than it's ever been, and the open slots to actually be visible to the public are fewer and harder to find. So just if you can have an advantage, just whatever you do, always be working on it. You know, always try to be better at it.
Yeah.
You know, always try to be improving what you do.
Yeah. You can find out more information about you.
They can follow me on Twitter at ebenet, EBENET. They can come to ericbenet.net, please do. And get at me, ericbenet.net.
So guys, if you want to find out any more information about Eric Benet, see what he's getting up to, future plans, you'll find it all there. Thank you. Thank you very much. Natalie Taylor, I just interviewed Eric Benet. He's performing at the Jazz Cafe. See you later.
Sometimes I